Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am back for another one of these vlogs. And yes, I will be, in fact, talking about Donda, the much anticipated 10th studio album from Kanye West that has released. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you what I like about the album, first of all. What I like about the album is that there's clearly a message in here. That's the main point of it all, right? I need everybody to just remember that Kanye is not mentally all the way there, and I think that he uses his music to combat that and uses like a sort of controversy to combat that as well. So, a Kanye album, a Kanye story, some Kanye press is not without controversy. Remember that as I continue to go on. Now, what I don't like about this album. Let me tell you what I don't like about this album. I don't like that it's this many people on this. Look at this. It's this many people on an album. Like I've heard of people like of course we know that Kanye doesn't write his own music or anything like that. But bruh, did you need to have the whole entire industry on here? Like this is like probably the third or fourth gospel record that he's put together, right? Third or fourth gospel record that he's put together, and I'm gonna be honest, I I don't I'm gonna be honest, I don't like this whole entire thing just because it's too much. Like first it's 27 tracks. That's almost equivalent to like a marathon of television. 108 minutes? Like come on, bro. 108 minutes. There's the songs I liked on here. I'm gonna be honest with you. The songs I really rocked with. God breathed. I like Jail, but see the thing with Jail is he should have just put the baby. Why did he like separate? Why did he do separate tracks? Like why does he have a Jail 1 and a Jail 2? Why didn't he just put the baby Jay-Z, the baby Jay-Z and Marilyn Manson all on the same song? Why did he have to? Why? Cause most of these songs are not a regular time limit. Like if I go down here real quick, most of these like look, Jail is 4 minutes. God Breathes is 5 minutes. You know, you even have Jesus Lord that's 8 minutes long, and then Jesus Lord Part Two that is 11 minutes and 31 seconds. 11 minutes. That's a long. That's quite a mighty long amount of time for one track. You know. But I don't know why he didn't just like take some of these songs and just like the ones that have two parts to them. Why didn't he just since you have a song that's like 11 minutes long, you should have just combined some of these songs together to just shorten it a little bit because 27 you're not gonna keep somebody's attention span for all 27 songs. And I'm gonna just let y'all know that I didn't go all the way down this album. I literally just listened all the way to like maybe Come to Life. That's track number 22 because I've basically heard all these songs through all the listening sessions. So I mean, that's the thing. All right. I didn't like the fact that there's this many guest features. You don't need the whole industry to to deliver God's message if that's what you're trying to if that's the mission that you're trying to get across in my opinion. I do kind of get it on that side too. Like yeah, I'm getting like here like look, I'm getting like industry rappers and industry singers and people who don't typically talk about God to talk about God. But I just liked it better when it was simple with Jesus, like when it was simple with his God these gospel records that he put out. All he pretty much needed was the Sunday service and that's it. He might have like maybe one or two features here and there, but not a whole entire album of just the industry. This may as well be, this may as well not even be his album if it's like this many people on the album. You might this looks like a dang DJ Khaled album. Like look at this. All these people on this album, like except for the fact that Kanye is rapping in almost each of these songs, like, and then the fact that this is supposed to be like a ode to his mother and everything like that. There's definitely a bunch of songs that you could like definitely take off of here. For real, for real. Like I said, I like Jail, but you could have just combined all of the artists that were on Jail just to combat that. I actually like it. God Breathe, I like that. Um I felt like Off the Grid was just like a song for like, it's like a pandering to the young kids type of song. It's a bunch of songs like that. That's another thing. It's a bunch of songs on here that I would never really want to hear. Like you in your regular life, you would never hear Kanye West on some of these songs, on some of these beats. Like any song, like for instance, any song with Playboy Cardi on it, where it's a Playboy Cardi type of beat, I would never hear Kanye West on that. Kanye would never really do that for real, for real. I would with Hurricane. I actually like the. There's like 12,000 different versions of this Hurricane song. I'm gonna tell you, I don't really like this one because I don't know, it just changed like the way he changed it up is I didn't like it. It's the one with Ant Clemens is my favorite version of Hurricane, so I didn't like that one. He could have kept that one off of there. Uh, the Praise God song is pretty dope, and it incorporates vocals from his mom on there. I thought that was dope. Another, let me see, Jonah. That's the one where he's talking about. That's the one where Lil Durk is talking about Kanye and Jay still brothers, and they millionaires and they're still brothers. I became a millionaire and lost my brother. That one was okay. It was all right, but I mean, overall, like I said, there are a bunch of songs on here where I'm just kind of like, this is not what Kanye would for real do. Like, um, the Pop Smoke song can definitely go. Rest in peace to him. But like, what does that have to do with your mother? Nothing. Or even Jesus. What does that song have to do with Jesus? That doesn't have a message. It's just there. You know, a good amount of these have a message, and then some of them are just like, okay. Like I definitely particularly hate this Junior song. There's no reason for it to be there, but it's there. If we're just following a narrative and a collective narrative, like I said, that would be gone. That should be gone. Um, Let me see here. 24 is another one of my favorite songs. Very good song. It's perfect. See, there's a way you could shorten this down for real, for real. You take away all of this, right? Leave No Child Left Behind. Leave Lord I Need You. You could keep Pure Souls. I would pretty much take all of this away. Take all of that away. You would probably like the length of this versus the length of Jesus is King. Let's look at it real quick, right? This is only 11 songs, 27 minutes, perfect, straight to the point in each and every song. Why did he feel the need to put 27 songs on here? 27 songs on here. It just, like I said, man, it just feels like he's in a state. Of course, he's in a mental state. You know, you have to remember that. Plus, I don't think some of the people around him have his best interest at heart. You know what I'm saying? But hey, finally we get this album, and to be honest with you, it doesn't live up to the standard that have hoped it would have, honestly. It's not a it's not a it's not a terrible album, but I definitely will say it's too much. It's too much. Shorten it down. There are some songs where I'm like, no, you know, this is okay if you're like somebody who was waiting on. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I'm gonna tell you that I feel like this was something that had to do with like, you know how he never released Yandi. He never released Yandi, right? That was an album that was supposed to come out way, way back before he got saved. I think that was back in like 2020, right? And he got saved, and he just basically scrapped that album. He basically scrapped that album, and it's basically a unreleased album that you can find on YouTube, and you could do, unfinished verses, a lot of like punched in, punched out vocals that aren't like really finished, and then you have like features from people where their verses are finished, and it's just an unfinished album that got shelved because he got saved and it was just too dirty. Um, just too dirty, a lot of cuss words. So I mean, it messes up his image that he's doing an album called Yandi, and it has all these cuss words in it, and he's now a reformed Christian man and everything like that. So I don't know why he followed that. I don't know why he decided to go ahead and do this album and have all this explicitness in it. Granted, it's all radio edited and everything like that, but still, bro, if you're making a gospel album, you don't need all these people. You just need to. He just should have kept it at the Sunday service. It should have just been Jesus is King was cool to me. I actually like it. That second Sunday service album where it was just a Sunday service by themselves, that was dope too. Well, I don't know why he didn't just follow that method instead of like adding the whole entire industry, bro. Like, it's played out. Having the whole entire industry doesn't help. To me, I don't feel like it helps album sales by doing all of this, bro. Look at. I'm not trying to compare or anything like that, but uh look at Nas and what he did with his newest album, bro. He didn't. He hardly had. He barely had anybody on that album besides him. Like, what's wrong with you doing it like mostly on your own and having like a few writers, having Mike Dean and a few other producers, and just having the Sunday service? What's wrong with that? I don't know, man. I don't really know, bro. Y'all tell me if I'm bugging, cause it's like it's all this all these hysterics, all this controversy for us to get this album and all these features on this thing. And he was really ready to push this album back to go against Drake's Certified Lover Boy. I'm kind of anxious to hear what Certified Lover Boy is gonna be like, man. I hope I hope that Drake goes the opposite way of this and doesn't have a bunch of features on it. Like do it like do his album how he did it with what is the name of that? What is the name of that album where he has the God, what's the name of that album? I gotta find it. What is the name of that album where it was just his face? Like his head was in the clouds. Let me see here. Let me find it. Because the best Drake albums are to me, at least, the best Drake albums are the ones where he hardly has any features. And he's just singing and he's singing on some of the songs, he's rapping on some of the songs. That's coming out on Friday, of course, right? Um, let me see here. I think it was Nothing Was the Same. There we go. Nothing Was the Same. If he does what he did on Nothing Was the Same, I think you know what I'm saying. It'll be a classic, or not even just that. I mean, some people think like Views. Views is another one. He didn't hardly have any features on that one either. So I mean, if he just does it to where it's just like no features, like hardly any features, excuse me, because there are features on here, hardly any features on there, and he's just doing what he does best. It will outwork this 27 song album that's supposed to be a gospel album at that. Like, whoa. You got all these artists on this gospel album. Listen, I just want to let y'all know that this is not genre bending at all. This is not genre bending. This is just, I don't even know what word to use. This is not genre bending. This is just yet again Kanye doing his rendition of what a gospel album is supposed to sound like, I guess. I don't know. You know, if you're somebody who listens to Christian rap or anything like that, or gospel music just in general, you know that there are better things out there. So I don't know. I don't even know if I would rate this album because it's so long. Like it's so much. I don't. I would just have to say like if you're a Kanye fan and you're expecting like late registration, don't look for that in this album. You're expecting um graduation, don't look for that in this album. Even Jesus is King. If you're expecting Jesus is King on this album, don't expect that because at least with Jesus is King, everything felt symmetrical. Everything felt like you were in the church. This is not that. This is a whole different spectrum. This is just Yandi. This is like diet Yandi. That's the best way I could put it. This is a diet Yandi. That's it. What did y'all think? What should I vlog about next? You let me know. Tell me in the comments. Please like, please comment, please share if you can. I think I might come back with another video at some point. I don't know. But yeah, this album is just entirely long and drawn out. It could have been shortened. Definitely could have cut some songs. Um, and it probably would have had that replay value, but it just doesn't. It just doesn't for me. So yeah, that's the end of this review, I guess, kind of. So yeah, I'm out. Peace.